Hey everyone! Today, you'll be learning about a few ways that animals reproduce.
Hello world, I'm Christopher Rodriguez. I'm one of the creators of Animals in Time, and I'm here to give you a 24-part video series describing common scientific topics in ways everyone can understand. I'll be giving you the what, the how, and the why you should care about all these topics. Now, this 24-part series will correspond with Animals in Time Volume 1. However, you do not need to be using Animals in Time resources to benefit from these videos. So, let's get started.
Reproduction is just a long word for having babies, and it's one of the most important parts of life. You know, it's great to be alive and all, but that doesn't even really matter if no one's going to be alive when you're gone. Reproduction is so important that it's actually part of the definition of life. For something to be alive, it has to be able to reproduce on its own. Viruses, for example, move around a lot and act all scary, but they can't reproduce on their own, so technically they're not even alive. So next time you have a virus, don't worry. Just remember that all the things attacking you on the inside aren't even really alive. Actually, they're not dead either. That actually might be a little bit scarier. Some of the ways animals can reproduce are live birth, eggs, fragmentation, and budding. That might be confusing, so I'll start with the easiest one. Live birth. That's how us humans reproduce. So you were actually live birthed. I assume that you were born. I hope you were born. Now, live birth is very special to me because today happens to be my birthday. On this day, exactly 17 years ago, I was born. Next, we have eggs. You know what eggs are. They're these little oval things that birds leave in their nests, and you look for them on Easter, and they smell really bad when you leave them for months in the cupboard for a science experiment. Not that I've ever done that. But Mommy, I did clean it up. Yeah, all of it. Believe it or not, you actually came from an egg. Yeah, that little space inside your mom's tummy is actually called an egg, but we're talking about this kind of egg, you know, the one with a hard shell. Not all shells are hard though. Some of them are wiggly and jiggly. For example, here's what a shark egg looks like. Birds, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and even animals like platypus lay eggs. See? Eggs are very important, and I'm not exaggerating. Now we have fragmentation. Fragmentation is just a long word, meaning that part of a parent organism breaks off and grows into a new organism. Sea stars are a good example of this. If one leg breaks off, that leg will grow into a whole new sea star. Not only that, but the original leg will grow back onto the original sea star. That would be so cool if we humans could do that. Actually, no, that would be kind of scary. Finally, we have budding. This is probably the weirdest method of reproduction that you'll see. Only super tiny organisms do this. You see, one organism starts growing and growing and growing until it splits in two, leaving two organisms that are exactly the same. I know, it's enough to keep you awake at night. It's especially scary because this happens really fast. Before you know it, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32, 32 becomes 64, and 64 becomes 983 and a half, I think. For the science page in the Animals in Time Volume 1 activity book, all you have to do is draw a line between the box and the picture that shows the right method of reproduction. I've already given you most of the examples, so this should be a piece of cake. Sheesh, all you need to do is watch these videos to get the answers for those pages. I'm just too nice to y'all. So, some of the ways animals reproduce are live birth, eggs, fragmentation, and budding. Well, that pretty much wraps up the animals around here. Next week, we'll finally get into the plants. They didn't tackle me that time. Yes! Oh my goodness, it must be my birthday or something.